Yeah, you read that title right. I have some beef with my cat. And in all reality, my beef with her is just beef with myself because this was all my fault. So, what happened is I have a Litter Robot 3, and I've been using it for quite a few years, and it's been like amazing. Like, it works really well. I love it a lot more than just a traditional litter box. But in the past 5 years, it started to break down and it would not cycle anymore. So I was basically manually scooping. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just get whatever their newest model is. I also couldn't connect my Litter Robot 3 to the internet anymore. So it was already losing way more function than it had, and I was like, all right, I'll just get a new model. So I got the Little Robot 4, and at first I was like, oh, this seems nice. This seems great. No, absolutely not. I do not like that model in the slightest. It is actually pretty bad. The plastic, it's like they took something that already works super well and they made it worse. The plastic is like a lot thinner and like more bendable than the older one. And I noticed that it even collects like dust and hair and dander just way easier than the older models, so that was already getting on my nerves. And the litter robot, for the cat to get inside, there's like a little step. My step on the litter robot 4 was already bending, and I only had it at that point for 2 weeks. Versus I've had the other one for 5 years, and it's still, construction wise, like it's still put together. It's still holding up. The only problem was certain electrical parts were starting to break down, and I couldn't figure out how to fix them. I tried for weeks. I tried to connect it to the internet for weeks. Nothing was going my way. I'm not sure what was happening there, so I got the new one. And I started having like annoyances with it, and on the side of the dome are these handles, and they hurt to even like push in. So you pop out the dome and you can like clean the box and whatnot. They like hurt to even touch. I don't know why it was designed just worse. And it's like the area on the inside of the litter box is actually slightly smaller. I noticed. I'm not sure why don't they make it bigger. So I got this new litter robot for my cats to use. They were fine with the old one. Snake, she is fine with anything. Like, if anything happens, she just kind of rolls with the punches. Like, she took to the litter box just fine. But my problem was my other cat wasn't, and I didn't know that she hated it. She was afraid of it. She's super timid. Oreo's super timid. She's super nervous, anxious. Like, she practically needs anxiety meds because even me walking around, she's like running away, and it's like she's being over dramatic, honestly. So I didn't notice that she did not take well to the new litter box because I put it in the same spot, so I thought they would just, go to it. Snake did, and I saw her use it, but I never saw like Oreo use it. But then again, I never see Oreo use any litter box because she's so secretive and like shy, and she kind of just likes doing her own thing, so I like leave her alone a lot. She doesn't like to be pet constantly like Snake does, so cats are just different. Some cats are just more sensitive than others, and unfortunately Oreo is. So I was like, I hope she's using the litter box, but I'm not sure. Until one day I started finding little kitty droppings around my piano, and I was like, well, this is strange. Like, what? Why is this happening? So Oreo really did not enjoy the litter box, and it was actually sad because she loved sitting on my piano. She would like eat food and then hop on the piano and sit there and just like clean her face and stuff. It's hard to be mad. It's hard to be mad at this little thing. This little creature. She decided to take a dump. What was you thinking? And she was starting to use that as her litter box. Like she was like dropping things on my piano. And I was like, whoa, oh no. And so I had to deal with that, and I cleaned everything up, and I realized she was going anywhere she could. So I was like, oh my goodness. And when this was happening, I had like so many home repairs that were just popping up. I was trying to finish an animation video and I was dealing with like histamine flare-ups and histamine intolerances and everything. You know, when it rains, it pours, and it was pouring. So, seeing her doing that on top of everything, I immediately was like, I have to get rid of this cat. I have to. But, you know, I was just really stressed, and I'm like, that's not, we don't need to do that. We can work on this. So I took her to the vet just in case. Few $100s later, like, she didn't have any urinary tract infection or anything. But I was already becoming more and more dissatisfied with the Litter Robot 4, so I did end up sending it back because I was like, this, I'd rather just buy another third version than this fourth one. I don't know why it even had trouble connecting to the internet, so I'm like, what's the point? What's the absolute point of this if it's made worse? So I had to break out the wet vacuum, I had to break out the enzyme cleaner, and oh man, it was so stinky. It was terrible. So Oreo was acting like a wildcat, and if you're gonna act like a wildcat, you're gonna be treated like a wildcat. So I stuck her in the garage overnight. Just anytime I couldn't be around her or watch her or, you know, take her outside or something, I had to stick both my cats. Unfortunately, like, Snake did not appreciate that. But yeah, I kept them in the garage overnight just in case they had accidents and whatnot. And I noticed that I still had my old model and the new one, so I set up my Ring camera, and Oreo would go into the old litter box, but she was like too afraid of it because like the new one really spooked her with like how it moved and stuff, and so she was super sensitive to like, oh, is there lights in here, and is the litter box gonna rotate? I don't know, I'm scared. So I could see that she was trying, like the poor little girl was trying. Like, I even set up a plastic litter box that they could use, and both of them preferred the Litter Robot 3 more than the plastic box, and Oreo did not even use the plastic box at all, which is fine because I don't like regular litter boxes anyway. So I turned off the lights, I turned off any function that the Litter Robot 3 had, and a few days later she started using the box again, and she started calming down, and now everything is good. So, but yeah, sorry, I heard my cats downstairs. But yeah, it was a wild ride. Cats can be very sensitive. I'm glad I took her to the vet just to make sure that it wasn't just some urinary tract infection, because they've never made messes around the house like that before, so I was pretty confused seeing that. And it's nice to know that it was just a behavioral problem that I could fix. And like I said, I was really stressed out. Like, my body was breaking down, my house was breaking down. I had so many repairs going on, and leaks and black mold, and then you put on top like the litter box problem. Okay, so also I was able to fix my Litter Robot 3. I don't know how, but like certain parts of it were dirty, and I did clean them before, and then I cleaned them again, and then all of a sudden they were I was trying for like weeks. I don't know like what happened there. And on the website, I didn't even know they had like replacement parts, so I started replacing certain parts, like the plastic liner, or I don't know if it's plastic, it's like rubber or something like that. So I replaced certain parts of it, I cleaned it up, and then it connected to the internet. I don't know why it like refused to do that for weeks. And I don't know, maybe some bug, I don't know, but now it works just fine. So I'm like, oh, replacement parts? In my opinion, Litter Robot 3 is especially, like, amazing. Like, the hard plastic is amazing. It doesn't attract, like, fur and dander. The Litter Robot 4, it was already saying, like, oh, the cat sensor is dirty. I had just got it, like, 2 weeks ago. Like, what do you mean it's dirty? Like, the sensor was in, like, these, like, 3 holes kind of thing, and hair could get trapped inside, and they're like, oh, just take a Q-tip and stick it up. Q-tips? Who designed this? Why is this overcomplicated? So I was very unimpressed and I sent it back. I still love like the litter, just the third one. I still like that company um just using the plastic bin for litter. I notice like it just gets so stinky, but the litter robot like it never really smells and stuff. So yeah, that was just my experience, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Are you big enough, you ginormica over here? Ginormica kitty? What are you doing? She says, get me out of here. What? She's had enough. Look how big she is.